So I took advantage of that because it was like, I could buy a used car. I'll get such and such off, Baze Swaze. So I go to the dealership. I'm pissed. I'm like, I'm gonna go buy me something that I always wanted. But I always wanted another car because the simple fact that the little red car could only fit uh me and the four kids. Like, like what if I wanted to start going back out of town and all that other stuff. And mind you, I was planning to do that for my birthday. But uh yeah, this year, um I ended up, because we got so much money. I had so much money saved up. Like, I wanted to do a family picture, so I knew I was gonna go back home, and I was gonna want all the kids to be in there. So I didn't have to, but I ended up going to get an SUV. It had, like, at the time, like, only, I would say, like, 90 miles on it. And then, and because that was one of the things I was saying, like, once I'm in a spot or whatever, I wanted a push start car. Even though this one wasn't a push start car, but I could start it on my keychain. Like, I would have to lock all the doors, and then there's a button that automatically starts my car. So, I was so excited about this. And mind you, like, Keisha came to my house, and I remember, like, I was about to go out on a date, and she came to my house. I forgot when she came to my house. I think she was paying me back. And I'm about to leave. So when she gets there, she like just standing there. And my second oldest was like, show her the house. And I was like, because every time I wanted to show her the house, she always was too busy. She always didn't want to. So I was thinking it was the same situation now. That's why I was kind of confused of why she was still standing at my door. Because usually it's like, oh, I gotta go. So I was like, oh yeah, yeah. So I showed her around, show her the backyard, and then she leaves. But then, no, and then she sees that I got a new car. I got the car, and she was like, "Who car is that?" I was like, "That's my car." She's like, "When did you get it?" I said, "Oh, last week. My friend pissed me off, so I went to go get another car." She was like, "Oh, I wish." When she said, "I wish," oh, I wish I could be like you. I was like, "Nah, like I already needed a car, but." I just felt like that would have made me felt better. I mean, it did make me feel better because it was a car that I really wanted. So it did make me feel better. But then Tasha comes over and she's dropping off like some clothes or something to my house. And then she's like, "Who's at your house?" And I'm like, "Nobody, just the kids." And she's like, "Whose car is this?" And I said, "This is mine." And then and the look on her face, because Dre was with her, the look on her face was like, "Wait, when did you have time to get a car?" And the reason why I bring this up is because remember when I kept saying like Isabel and Ian always they always get stuff that they can't afford. Well, at the time they had the Mustang and they had another car, which was Isabel's, and it was like a Kia or something. Isabel's been making payments on it for a while, but now that Isabel is not working, she ended up something happened, I think, to Tasha's car or whatever, and Tasha said that she'll take it and just take over the payments. So, like I said, Tasha gets everybody's like leftovers. Basically, that's how I can honestly say it. I'll just be honest, like that's how it. And she was upset that she had to and even when they moved into their new house, her and Dre, the reason why they kept fighting in the beginning was because they had to come out more money than they expected, because mind you, they're married and there's not a lot of programs, especially when you're with like when you're asking for assistance or whatever. There's not a lot of programs that help married couples. So Dre was mad because he had to come out the pocket much more than they anticipated when they were buying the house. So when they had to move into their house, they basically had to take a lot of the old stuff that was in their house into the brand new house. like I said, that other house was roach infested, so they had to take a majority of that stuff into that new house, and Tasha didn't want that, but they had to because they ended up having to pay more than they wanted to for that house. But I told Tasha, like, y'all got a brand new spanking house. Of course, it was not gonna be cheap. What? How do y'all think the down payment was gonna be? And I guess they were mad about that before when they moved in the house. And I think the way Tasha was making it seem, like Jerry was saying, if they do get a divorce, if they break up, he feels like he should get the house or whatever. To tell you the truth, I don't remember that conversation, but I knew it was a conversation of them either selling the house, or because they didn't get the FSH loan like me and Jessica did, where you have to be in the house for a certain amount of time before you could sell it. They got the loan where it don't matter how many years you've been in the house, you could still sell it, but they would still end up losing money out of it because y'all haven't been there that long. So I already knew she had some, like, I'm gonna say animosity towards me, because everything in my house was brand new. And then when she came back to my house and she seen that I didn't have her couch or her table, that I had bought a brand new table and brand new living room set. Like, we went through like 2 living room sets, I ain't gonna lie. Because my kids just, but that's my fault. That's why I don't try to complain so much, because that's my fault. But yeah, she kind of just kept rolling her eyes every time she would come into my house, and my house was like set up really nicely. Mind you, her house was like, she still had old furniture and stuff like that, but she would put up like pretty decorations, like even like she had this like family tree or whatever. And I even asked her where she got it, so I wanted that in my house, but I really didn't have no place to put it. But yeah, so it was like, you could tell, like, that's why I keep saying, like, she has something against me, because here you are, you're married, you have a husband and everything like that, and here I am single with all these kids, and I'm still doing it by myself, and I still got nicer things than you do. And that's not something to brag. I'm not bragging about it, but it was just a fact. Now I have 2 cars. You have a hand-me-down car you still got to make payments on for another 1.5 years. I just got another car, and I got one that's paid off.